What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome to Throwback Thursday. This is a series on my channel where I get to play with some of the older eyeshadow palettes in my collection chosen by you. So the way this works is every Sunday I post a bonus video with the footage of me going through my entire eyeshadow palette collection and pulling 4 palettes for y'all to choose from. From there, I post a poll over in the community section with the names and pictures of each of the palettes. I give y'all a few days to vote, and on Thursday we get to play with the winning palette. Now, unfortunately, last Sunday I didn't get to do my bonus video because we had just gotten back from vacation. We were exhausted from driving roughly 14-15 hours. Things were chaotic. We had unpacking to do, laundry everywhere. It was just a lot. So I just went through my collection and pulled 4 palettes, and I decided I wanted to do just some mainstream palettes, take a step away from the indie brands and give some of these other palettes a little bit of love. And ultimately our winner came down to the Mcgrath Mothership Volume 6 Midnight Sun palette. And yes, mine has the Star Wars sticker on it. It is very new in my collection. I just got it during the Sephora cyber event savings thing that they had going on. This puppy was half off and I couldn't resist because, one, it's a Star Wars palette. I'm a sucker for Star Wars. Put a Star Wars anything on it, sold immediately. But this color story is so insanely beautiful. I don't know why I didn't pick this one up to begin with when I first picked up a Mothership palette, because this has the tones that I like. It is warm, it is autumnal, it's got this purple in here. I am excited to play with this one for the first time, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. I will have this palette linked down below in the description box if it's still available, as well as everything else that I use in today's video to complete my look. So per usual, if you're ever curious about anything I use in any of my videos, always check the description box. I squeeze as much information as I possibly can into that tiny little space. But without further ado, let's go ahead and zoom in, prime my eyes, and get into creating our look. Alright, y'all, my eyes are primed with my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly, and we are ready to dive into this palette and create our look. So I think what I want to do is I want to play with the 3 matte shades that are in this palette. So I'll probably start here and just work my way through them. And then kind of what I'm thinking is this one for all over the lid, and then one of these 2 on the inner corner. I haven't really decided which direction I want to go yet, but we are going to go ahead and get started with this matte shade down here. I know the shade names are on the little insert that comes in the packaging, but I'm not even gonna fuss with it. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this shade down here, this really pretty sort of mid-tone brown shade. And I am going to pick that up with my BK Beauty 212 brush. And I'm gonna start by kind of fluffing this into my crease, building up a little bit of depth, definition, just kind of smoking it out and giving me that first shade to kind of lay everything down on top of. But I hope everybody is having a wonderful start to the new year. Ours turned out, it started really nicely and then it got just a little bit rocky. My oldest son has the flu, unfortunately. He's kind of in the thick of it right now. He doesn't have like the body aches or anything like that, but last night he did break a fever. So they were supposed to go back to school yesterday. My youngest went back. My oldest is still at home and he's just kind of riding it out at this moment. I got him to the doctor fast enough that he was able to get some Tamiflu, so hopefully that will kind of curve the symptoms a little bit and shorten it. Obviously he's still gonna have to go through it, but that has hit. Everybody else seems to be feeling okay. Like I said, my youngest son is back at school, but I am really excited for this year. I am kind of on a little bit of a high still from vacation. We went to Disney World and had such an incredible time. It was insanely packed, but I have to say, as packed as it was, it didn't feel overwhelmingly busy because the parks are so big, and we actually didn't have to wait in line too long for many of the rides. I think the longest we waited was for Tron. We went on that one on New Year's Eve. We just decided to go ahead and do it. We wanted to do it at night, kind of end the year with a bang and have it be our last ride. And I think we waited in line for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It was insane. But if you've been in Magic Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, they have a little stage over in Tomorrowland and they had a DJ. They were just kind of jamming out, partying it up. So we got to listen to that and kind of just hang out in line and watch all the cool lights and everything in the sky. And then they did the fireworks show and it was so pretty. It was nice. It was magical. It was quite the way to ring in the new year. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next shade. So I'm gonna go to this one right here, and I'm gonna put it sort of in my outer corner, bring it down onto my lower lash line, and just start to build up a little bit more of some definition and color in that outer corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up with, we're gonna go in with a Singe Beauty EO3 brush, and I'm just gonna start to kind of press it right here. I'm gonna bring it almost halfway over, I guess maybe a third of the way over on my lid, and then I'm gonna start to kind of buff it out here on my outer corner and kind of not fully winging it out, but just creating a little bit of a shape that's not quite rounded. And then I'm gonna blend it up onto my brow bone into that first shade, just so we have as much of a seamless blend as I can possibly get. And like I said, I'm gonna bring that down onto my lower lash line as well. And I'm only gonna bring it as far over as I did on my lid, and then I'll go back with that first shade and kind of blend it the rest of the way over. But as I was saying, we had a wonderful time. I am very happy to be home, and I'm really excited for this year. There is a lot going on this year. My oldest son graduates from high school in May, so he is finishing up his senior year. Of course, he's starting second semester sick, but he is excited, he is ready. We've got all of the senior things to do. We've got graduation coming up, we've got senior pictures that we need to do, and just all of the senior activities going on. So it's going to be a very eventful first half of the year. And then my youngest son will start his senior year in the fall. So 2 kids graduating back to back. It's a lot, but you know what? It is what it is, and they are good kids. They do great in school, and they are just going to flourish in life. I'm so excited for them. But as far as like makeup and my channel goes and personal goals, I do have a personal goal as far as reading goes. So I love to read. I know that's kind of like the trend right now, but I've always been a reader. I honestly fell in love with it in high school. It was my freshman year of high school, and we had like a summer reading assignment, and I remember it was Ender's Game, and that was the book that sparked my love for reading. I love sci-fi, fantasy. I'm not a big fan of romance. I'm okay with it if it's rolled into one of those genres, but I just absolutely love it. And last year I read 31 and a half books. I didn't quite get through the last one, so that will actually probably be my first book of this year that I finish. And so my goal this year is to read 50 books. It's a big goal, I know, but it's a good one. And when I say read books, I'm the type that I actually read books. I don't listen to them. So I know a lot of people listen to books and roll those in, which it's fine. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying, like, I read. I like to read. I have always been the type that likes to read the physical book, and I bought a Kindle during like the Black Friday sales, and I love it. I am obsessed with it. It is a new thing that I absolutely love. I'm a little sad that I don't have the physical books to have like a little trophy on my shelf as to what I read, but I'm absolutely loving it, and I am really looking forward to Onyx Storm, which comes out in like a week and a half. I love that series. I have been dying to read the next one. So as soon as that book gets to me, I'm just gonna cuddle up in my bed and read that book and be so happy. If you've read Iron Flame and Fourth Wing, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But right now I am working my way through the Plated Prisoner series. My best friend recommended it, and I'm about halfway through that series, and it is so incredibly good. All right, so next I'm going to dive into this shade right here, which is like a blackened brown shade. I'm pretty sure it's more black than it is brown, but I'm going to go ahead and put that in my outer corner and build up just a tiny little bit of depth out there. So I'm going to pick it up with my Sigma E33 brush and just very lightly build up this little bit of depth right here. So I'm just going to kind of press it and blend it and kind of smoke it out a little bit. I don't want it to take over. I just want that little bit of added depth that I love so much. But as far as my channel goes, I don't really have any huge goals other than just to keep growing and keep playing. I definitely want to do more with the makeup that I already have in my collection, and I have said that in many of my videos going in towards the end of last year, that I wanted to get more use out of the things I have, be more selective with my purchases moving forward, do more BYOPs, palette bingos, things like that, shop my stash. So those are just kind of my goals. They're not huge goals, but I'm just loving what I'm doing, and I just want to move forward and keep building and keep growing and keep doing what I love. And that's my big goal. And other than that, it's just to kind of, you know, be happy and live and cherish all the moments that I have. My kids are growing up, they're getting older, they're gonna be out of the house so insanely soon. So I'm just kind of relishing in the moment. But I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with my NYX glitter primer, and then we're gonna move on to some shimmers. But I would love to hear from y'all. I wanna know what your goals are moving forward. Are you a reader? Do you have any makeup goals? Do you have any other personal goals? I know a lot of people go into the year to get healthy, to get fit, and that is something that I had started last year, was going back into the gym, and with the holidays and everything, I kind of got thrown off of it. So we're gonna kind of kick that back up into high gear as soon as my oldest son is feeling better, because we go together, we work out together, but we're still eating healthier and doing all the things. But you know, I want to hear from y'all. I want to know what your goals are. But let's go ahead and pop this shade all over my lid. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's like this really pretty coppery orange shade. So I am going to pick that up with my BK Beauty 203 brush per usual. I am going to spray that with some MAC Fix Plus, which is around here somewhere. Here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and spray it, and I am going to press this all over the lid. And I just realized I did not finish my lower lash line. I got so caught up in chit-chatting that I completely forgot. But oh, look at that. This is so beautiful. I have really fallen in love with the Pat McGrath formula this year. I was not a huge fan of it the first time I tried it. I didn't understand the hype. I still don't think it's worth the price tag personally. There's other formulas on the market, especially in the mainstream market, that are just as good at a lower price point, but I understand it. Pat McGrath is a prestige brand. Like, they kind of teeter on luxury and high end for me. Like, it's a little bit of a mix, so I understand it, I get it, and you know, you get what you pay for. But there are so many other brands that are half this price, less than this. There's some amazing drugstore brands out there as well. So you know, you don't have to spend the hefty price tag to have a beautiful look and beautiful products. But you know, if you're like me and you're just a sucker for luxury makeup, then this is a beautiful formula. I do really enjoy it, and that shade is stunning all over the lid. I think I want to try it with my finger on the other lid though, just because I feel like I had to really kind of build it up with a brush. And this is that sort of astral shimmer shade, so it's a baked formula, and they usually pick up a little bit better with a finger. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, look at that. Yep. There we go. That's the impact that I wanted. So yeah, these definitely are more impactful with a finger. I still need to pick up some of those silicone brushes. I've had so many of you recommend those to me, and they just kind of sit on my Amazon wish list, and I have yet to do it, but that is something on my list of things to do. But look at that. Oh, it is so insanely beautiful. Let's go ahead and amp this eyeball up just a little bit. Catch it up to the other eye. That is beautiful. I cannot wait to play with this purple shade in this palette. I contemplated it, but I wanted to do something a little bit more neutral and sultry for this look. But let's see, which one do I want to do for the inner corner? So we have this really pretty sort of gold shade, which is going to be very complementary, but then we also have this more cool tone silver shade down here. And oh, decisions are so hard. I think we're gonna do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're gonna go gut instinct, and we're gonna go with this one right here. We're gonna go with the silver. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up with my Singe Beauty EO1 brush. This does have like a little bit of a champagne-y undertone to it. It's almost like it's got a little bit of a flip depending on how you look at it. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up with my Singe Beauty EO1, spray it, and pop it right here in my inner corner. Bring it up onto my lid. I still didn't finish my lower lash line. Way to go. We're gonna do that in just a second. So let me go ahead and do this other inner corner and we're gonna finish my lower lash line. I swear, I'm just so excited to be sitting down and playing with this palette that I'm just kind of losing my mind a little bit over here, but it's okay. We love organized chaos and it is what it is. All right, so I've got that first shade on that same fluffy brush and I'm just kind of fluffing it out right here along my lower lash line, meeting it up with that shade that I just put in my inner corner. And if I need to go back, I absolutely can. You have to pardon my little sniffles and stuff. It is really, really cold here. It is, well, it was 32 degrees when we got up this morning, and Houston is not built for that type of weather, so we are bracing ourselves for a freeze, hoping that pipes stay okay, roads stay okay. I know my youngest son is secretly hoping that he doesn't have to go to school tomorrow, but we'll see what it does. But I've just got a little bit of the sniffles from the weather change. It's definitely not like flu symptoms or anything like that. And that is going to complete our look with this palette, and I just love the way this turned out. It is sultry and smoky, but still approachable and everyday wearable. These are my favorite kind of neutrals to wear every single day, and I love that little pop of that cool tone kind of champagne-y silver on the inner corner. I think it's just a really pretty complement to the rest of the look. But let's go over what I used to finish off this look so we can turn the lights down and see that shimmer and sparkle, and then we will close out this video. So in my lower waterline, I went with my Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner in the shade Cinnamon. I lined my lid with my Lancome Ultra Precise Waterproof Liner. This is in the shade Matte Syrup Brown. And for mascara, I went in with my YSL Lash Clash Mascara in the shade Brown. Alright y'all, so that is going to complete this week's Throwback Thursday video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know I did. I always have so much fun filming these videos for y'all, but let me know all of your thoughts down below. Let me know what you thought of the look, and let me know what some of your goals and resolutions are going into the new year. I want to know it all. Let's have that conversation, light up that comment section, and as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching my video and spending your time with me. It truly does mean so much to me. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single week, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. Until my next video, have a good one. Bye.